Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Majestix Heroclix Podcast. If you like our content, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. If you're interested in learning more about the Bronze Age format and the Majestix Open Series, please check out openseries.majestixccg.com. Also, if you want to learn about Heroclix strategies, tactics, and lists from the game's top players, please visit majestixccg.com/apex-insiders. Lastly, if you're looking for Heroclix singles, please visit our eBay stores at stores.ebay.com/MajestixHeroclix and stores.ebay.com/ClicksCollective. All the links for everything I just talked about is below in the description. And again, my name is Jeff, and as always, my co-host Patrick.
Oh, sorry for the low energy here. I'm so tired.
Congratulations again, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Oh man, this is crazy, dude. It's crazy. It's didn't realize that we'd be going back to back doing something like this. Last second again. Oh my god. So we did. Alyssa and I just decided to on Thursday night, Thursday morning. She goes, "Okay, I made a deal with my boss. Book it." So we booked Thursday, and then we flew. So the trick, okay, here we go again. On Friday, we flew out at 7. We got there layover, and then we got there about. It was supposed to be there at 12:15, but it got delayed, so we got there at 1. We didn't get the car rental until 1:30, and we didn't get to the hotel until like 2:30, almost 2:30, because we stopped by to get some like little snacks, whatever, and then we actually drove to see where the Gun Guy Games was, and then went to the hotel, and then played the event, got some food, hung out with them, and then at midnight or almost midnight, maybe like 11, we went to the airport, returned the car, and then stayed there. Our flight was at 5:20 the next morning, so we just stayed at the airport and then here, and then of course, it's hard to sleep there when there's like no. I'm gonna bring like a little sleeping bag with me next time, so I can do that, because like, dude, there's like no one there at night, when you're staying there at night. But I guess we could get into all that.
It's worth bringing a sleeping bag.
But yeah, but how was your weekend? I know it's mine, but like
my weekend was chill. Catch up with the family. Nothing as exciting as what you did.
You guys, we have a family. It's like every day is like a new something. 2 kids and a wife. You don't know.
They keep me busy.
It's what you call it. It's this. You spin the wheel and say, "What is it today?" Thing. Oh shit.
No, the kids were good. Kids were good this weekend.
You weren't open at the store to do anything?
I didn't have any events this weekend.
Okay, because I know LA is coming up, so I know a lot of people are preparing for that, and I know Zach Strong is coming down.
Oh snap!
And so it's him, Nick, and then of course the Trash Brothers are coming. So there's gonna be a lot of good comp. I think. I don't know who else, but it should be fun, definitely. So we have a bunch of topics.
So let's get into to your event first. Topic 1.
All right. So there's the team. It's a monster team. I really want to try Shredder because he's a good ID guy, and of course the auto damage is nuts, and then of course the free move with the Mole Man just makes it that much better. So it's like a Sky Tyrant team, but instead of, let's say, Blackheart or Doppelganger or whatever, it's Mini Shredder. It has the Venom Magneto, Proteus. You also forgot to put Groot.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's Groot on there. And then the IDs are Beast, Green Arrow, Hawkeye. Those actually really helped. I really had to look at the sideline to see how I can best maximize the sideline for like whatever I expected. So I expected Thanos, right?
Yeah.
And Blackhearts and stuff. So theoretically, +7, I have a good number. I should win the map, maybe. If not, then see what happens. But one of the tricks to do with the Alpha Strike thing is when Sky Tyrant moves in to hit the guy twice, if they spread out, you go to one side and then you kill them. And then with his free moves, you move to the other side where there's a bunch of people. And then that's where you drop Mini off. And then Mini does his free move from Moleman to step in and kill. And then you do the free move from Moleman on Sky Tyrant 1 to carry back Mini. And then Mini sidesteps in to hit more. So you can kill all the retails. If Sky Tyrant kills like the big guys or at least a few of them, Mini can kill all the retails, the one-click guys, the pogs, whatever. That's the theory. And then they get hit. Sky Tyrant maybe goes down, maybe it doesn't. Depends how many tokens he has. And then the retail comes. And then what you do with the retail, let's say it's Carnage comes. Then you do one free move with Carnage, carrying Mini back, and then Mini steps in one, hits. Carnage sidesteps, carry Mini back, and then Mini sidesteps in. Boom. So it should be dead there. Or if you don't want to do that little thing because they have like, I don't know, it's Thanos, then you call in Green Arrow, shoot, and then Mini comes in with the sidesteps, and then the retail comes in. So the little moves are can add up quickly. Specifically, I have a strategy against Thanos, and it worked twice there. But I guess we could get to that right now. So the Thanos trick here to get him, very important. They have to roll a 1 or a 2, a 1 or a 2, or they cannot choose time. They have to pick. So almost every single time they're picking mind, right? Almost every time, because they're trying to do the mind control. So that second one, if they roll a 1 or a 2, then they're picking mind and you're set. However, if they are surrounded, a lot of times they'll just pick space and leave. But if you're surrounding him, getting close, he can't get that far, especially if you pick map because he can't leave. Now, if he's double tokened, it makes it much easier on their choice because they're gonna choose mind to do stuff.
Yeah.
Both times, if they don't pick time, when I played the two Thanos teams, they usually I set up my turn on turn 1, just moving up, whatever, and I let them, if they want to do something, they can. Because what I end up doing is I move. I'll carry Magneto. I'll carry it with the team. I'll bury up around, so it's hard. And then I'll sidestep Mini up 1 and then move up 1 free. So he's actually farther up. He's almost, I would say, almost halfway across the map. He's maybe like on square 11 or 12.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Thanos gets his stuff, he picks up his stuff, and then let's say they bury or whatever. I'm far enough to that if they don't barrier correctly, or if I can see them because I'm under the Fountain of Asgard, it's a little bit harder because it's just elevated. And I got it off on the first game. I call in Green Arrow with Mini. I can sidestep Green Arrow to get closer, so I get 8 on Thanos if he's in the back. In this case, he wasn't because he space gemmed up. He space gemmed up and then picked up a gem, so I didn't have to do it. Hit for 4, turn off his defense, and then TK Sky Tyrant with Magneto, and then Sky Tyrant flurries, and he's dead. That's as long as I roll a 5 with my, 3 probs. And remember, they pick space. He can't see because there's a elevated in the front of him, which is exactly why I picked that map. So Green Arrow can shoot him, but he can't see him back. So I did that, and that's gone. So the second guy I played in the top 8. This guy was 4-0. So he was he was just wrecking. His team is pretty good. Like, it has Mr. Oz and Mole Man, so it has like the whole defensive thing, and he has a TK to move around, and he has ID cards to do a bunch of stuff. This one I did a similar setup. It's just that he kind of figured it out, and what he did was he moved to the back corner on hindering and picked stealth with that exo specs. So I had to do it a little bit different. So I said, you know what? I'm probably just going to sacrifice this. Let's go. So I ran up there with Sky Tyrant. Mole Man died. I'm sorry, Mole Man. Molecule Man died, so I can set up. Mini was there, and then I just try to get close. Then he calls it. So he pushes and he calls in Captain Marvel, kills Sky Tyrant. He pops him and he takes extra. He's dead. He pops out Chewie, whatever. Okay, stuff happens. And then on my next turn, this is turn 3. So Thanos is pushed. So turn 3, I call in Hawkeye, the Precision Strike Hawkeye, and I triple target Mr. Oz, Chewie, and my Leslie Evans. I hit. He rolls the super senses. Actually, rolls a 5 on both of them, which is great because I have Precision Strike. So Mr. Oz and Chewie go down. So good. Don't worry about the perplex. Blah blah blah. And then I because of Captain Marvel still there, I retailed with Groot, hit Captain Marvel, made a walking wood next to Minnie and Thanos. So now on his turn, he rolls a 2, and I was like, okay, here we go, and I'm telling him like, okay, well, it's either going to be mind or time. It's mind or time. What are you going to do? And I'm just like, geez. So obviously, I'm all there. So he chooses mind to mind control Minnie and a walking wood, the other walking wood in the back. And the walking wood, I was like, dude, I don't care. Just don't mind. Just like, don't miss my thing. He mind controls the walking wood to walk over to Groot and kill Groot. And then he tries to move with Minnie, but because I have the walking wood next to him, he fails to break away.
Oh, bummer.
So we're stuck, right? So I was like, okay. And I go, okay, here it is. So, I said, all right, well, this is why I set it all up just for this. So I call in Green Arrow, hit for 4, and now he's this, what is it, like a 16 defense?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? There's a walking wood next to you with Minnie empowering, hitting for 8.
Done. KO.
So I flurry, I hit the first one, boom, hit the second one, dead. So I was like, oh, and that's kind of like the setup. So if it's not a walking wood, it could also be Carnage. It's just I just need to have someone there to follow up the attack. And then let's say I don't do enough damage, I can always just sidestep with Green Arrow to carry Minnie.
And
then Minnie sidesteps in, and then I can carry him out with someone, and then he can move one in and then ping. So that's enough to kill him usually.
Hit that shredder shuffle.
Yeah. So that was top 8. And then but that's why I play that Hawkeye. The Hawkeye I had was the 50-point Hawkeye from War of the Realms. She did some work, man, because I was able to call in with Mole Man to just wreck the Colossals. It was huge, like, because there's monsters there too, right? So Surtur, Carnage, and like the rookie Pog all went down because she shot. Boom. She's a 12 and they're an 18. You need a 6. 5, or if it's Carnage, you need like a 4. So I hit, they die, and then Hawkeye is there for it. They have super senses, which help there. Beast, I had the 2 beasts, the Sorcerer Beast and the Regenesis Beast, and that Beast actually helped me in one of the games because he's only 40 points, so Mole Man can call in. But in one of the games, I made sure that Sky Tyrant didn't get a resurrection token because he beat me in the Swiss round, so I played him in the top 4, and he went in and hit Mole Man. I just, instead of taking it, I masterminded it to Minnie, and he hit again. I masterminded to Minnie. Minnie ports over to his side, and he tries to kill him over there.
Yeah.
Now the problem with that is Mole Man is on top click, Minnie's over there. He has to roll 4 on blades. He actually kills Minnie, so okay, gets him. But more importantly, his Sky Tyrant does not have a res token. So on my turn, I just call in Beast and pick +1 combat values and Battle Fury, and now Beast is doing 4 damage.
And so,
boom, hit him, dead. I move with Magneto, and then I free TK Sky Tyrant, And then Sky Tyrant charges in with Mole Man to the den over there, and it kill like I think I got Beast went down, Magneto went down, Proteus went down.
A lot.
So that was like, so boom, 3 tokens. Yeah, because they're all bunched up, and I just went like TK'd and just charge all the way in, and then I moved back into hindering. Now here's the thing that helped me in the next turn, and it actually helped for those paying attention. If you can set this up, his retail with Carnage or Surtur are what? What kind of attacks?
Free.
No.
Close.
Yeah, it's a free attack. Close. Okay. What's the inspiration of Beast faculty?
Was it reflexes?
Yeah. So when he retailed and he's like 11 on 17, I'm like 19. What? Okay. They have reflexes. He's like, what? He's like, yeah, that's what I got from the Beast. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it's gonna come into play. And sure enough,
it was useful.
Dude, he hit once, missed. So he retailed with his Carnage.
Mm-hmm.
Carnage missed, makes the Pog. The Pog missed. So he's like, crap. So then he just takes the Rookie, shoots with Rookie instead. He hits. I mastermind it to Sky Tyrant, and then he hits with another guy. Oh, and then he hits with Surtur. Mastermind it to Sky Tyrant. Pop Sky Tyrant one time, and so we're still good to go. And then so what happens on my next turn because of that? I send over my Carnage to retail. Or was it I don't know. I send a retail over, and then I call in Kate with, check this out. I call in Kate Bishop, the Hawkeye, with Mole Man because I needed him to live, so I could call in. And then she running shot killed the 3 big guys,
mm-hmm.
and then at that point it was just like a Carnage Pog and Commissioner. That's it. So
yeah,
it was inevitable, especially since Sky Tyrant still had 1 res token on him, and he was just about to clear.
Hard to come back from that.
Yeah, and also I had a Destroyer too with Sky Tyrant, so Destroyer was coming in, and so it was a good game. The Swiss rounds, I went 2-2, but so it's 4 rounds, right? So if you count 4 rounds, how many points max you get? 1,200, right?
Yeah.
It's 300 times 4. Well, I was 2-2 with 1135.
Oh my god. So you're short. What, 65 points?
Yeah, short 65 points because I had
I had
280 in one game against Alyssa, and I had 255 in the other game. The 2 games that I had a loss were 255 and 280. And the 2 games I won were like wipes. But I had more points. I think I had more points than the first place guy, or he was just a little bit more than me.
Yeah.
Because I know one of his games he didn't get full points. So it was really close, right?
Yeah.
But we played but I was 2-2, and so I was the only 2-2 in the top 8.
Woo.
Because check it out, there was only 19 players. So 19 players, it's only 4 rounds. It's 4 rounds to cut to 8. Because they didn't reach the 20. So it was 19. Still a good turnout considering, this was last minute and not many people know about modern silver. It's hard, especially because you got to get the ID cards and stuff. But so I was the only. There were 6 3-1s, 1 4-0, and 1 2-2. Luckily, I got a lot of points. But one of the games that the guy that I just talked about, where he played his Sky Tyrant monster team,
mm-hmm.
I played him in the Swiss. Zach Pruitt, great guy, great player, great guy. I mean, those guys are awesome. We'll talk about that more. But he won map, and we came down. Our game was so good. Like, I got absolutely annihilated in the first turn. I lost Sky Tyrant, or the second turn I lost Sky Tyrant and Mini. Like my 2 main guys, I lost in the same turn.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I lost Mole Man and Mini in 1 turn.
Okay, that's not as bad.
Yeah, but it was like I was like, wow, I just lost 140 points just like that. and now I have to deal with Sky Tyrant's res token. So I finally get rid of Sky Tyrant. I use my Sky Tyrant. We go back and forth, and at the end of the game, the score, when they call he calls last action. Okay, so on the map, he has Venom Magneto, Beast, Dark Beast, the Prime,
Mm-hmm.
and sorry, he actually had a Black Manta.
Oh,
And I had Orange Proteus, Brainiac from the call-in, and I had a Carnage Pog and a Walking Wood. That's what I had. Those are my 4 guys on the map, okay? And 2 of them not being real.
Yeah.
And actually, one of them can leave if I miss the roll, and the other one cannot attack unless I get damaged. So it's like very, very bad, right?
Yeah.
So I go, okay, well, at least Brainiac doesn't get his thing. So I move Brainiac and I outwit Beast's super senses. And then I go, okay, I'm gonna attack you with. I go because I had both Pogs. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go first. And good thing I kind of did this. I go first. I'm gonna attack with the Carnage Pog because it's an 11 attack versus 10. He's an 18 defense. So I went to super sense. I'm like, okay. And then he go and I go, I'm gonna go first with the Carnage Pog on your Beast. And then he goes, and they go last action. And then he's like, okay, go for it. And I was like, oh shit. So I roll. I hit the 7. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I need a 6 on blades or else I can't win. I roll a 6 on blades. Dude, I go, oh my God. He goes, oh my God. So he dies. I'm like, dude, we got to add up the points. I'm like, oh my God. Because I'm like, did that just make it? So we add up the points, right? We add up the points.
Yeah.
And I go, I got 255. He adds up his points. I got 255. Like, what? And then he goes, wait. I go, what? Remember, I threw the power gem at you last turn. Oh, shit. Oh, so he got 10 points. So he beat me 265 to 255.
Oof.
Because I was like, so he tried to throw the object at me with Manta.
Mm-hmm.
And I rolled shape change with Proteus. So I didn't realize that like I didn't realize that you actually get to toss the thing. I just thought you just don't get to attack.
Yeah, the object just goes poof, 10 points.
But it's just gone. So I was like, I'm like, okay, that doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. Because like to me, I don't like the logic of how WizKids does it. Because if the shape change says you can't be attacked, then you should not attack it. You should not be considered attacked, right?
You
but
have
the
attacked.
Object, yeah, it doesn't. But the object specifically says you're throwing it at someone to attack them.
Yeah.
So, but because of how they have it set up, it's still being thrown. Like, but if throwing it is from an attack, you have to attack to throw it. But because of how they have it written in the rules, like it still resolves. It's still thrown.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense. Like, I think that's stupid, but whatever. It should be if you don't attack, you don't consider to attack, you don't consider to do anything. You have to find another target to throw it, you know what I mean? Because then I'm like, well, then that means it's kind of considered to have attacked. Okay. Whatever. Because like you cannot just throw an object unless you're trying to attack someone, correct?
I think you can just throw an object just because it's a
Isn't a range object action an attack?
It's a capital range, minimum range 6. If this character is holding an object to make a range attack targeting a single character that deals 2 damage instead of normal damage. After resolutions, destroy the object.
Yeah. So it's an attack.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying like the after resolutions part is what they're doing, right? So after the resolution, it's destroyed. It's the same thing as the retail Tri-Sentinel thing.
Yeah, they should make it if this character attacks another character, then destroy it.
Because it's really confusing if you're throwing it and you can't throw it because you can't attack. But because of the after resolutions part, it just says disappear. Do you remember how they make that? Do you know how they made that errata on the colossals?
Yes.
Because otherwise they can just free
do whatever
the
they
thing
want.
and then after remember it said, oh, we don't want to do that. Here they are. I was like, okay. Now the question is, so with the range action, you just can't throw it, correct? Because you need to be able to throw it at someone. Because it says, can you just activate it with have no one there?
Can you pulse wave with no one in range?
No. Because you have to have a you have to have a you can't declare you can't attack without anyone being there.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? You can't just like, okay, I'm gonna flurry, but there's no one to attack, so you don't attack. Right? So like let's say I have Ferengi Trader and I put your object on my side.
Mm-hmm.
On turn 1, can I just sidestep, pick it up, and throw it?
That was my assumption that you could.
But why?
But from what you're just saying, you can't.
It specifically says you have to give them so here's the question. Can you give them a range action of any kind? Actually, like, can you give them a range action of any kind and just throw it? I mean, I guess you can because you do with running shot, correct?
Well, see, the thing with running shot is though it's move,
exactly,
and then close or range.
But at the end, it specifically says like you give them that, and then if you can't do it, just nothing happens.
Yeah.
So I mean, because of that, I guess you can, but that doesn't make any sense to me because the rules for attacking means there needs to be the rules for attacking. There needs to be an enemy. Like that should just be like, it should go without saying, you know what I mean? But because of WizKid's logic, it's stupid. Because like, think about it, trying to explain to a new player why that works.
Yeah.
Imagine them asking just a simple question. How does that work if there's no bad guys next to me? Can I just attack? So then the next question is, so can I just attack my guy? No, because he has to be a bad guy. Okay, well then how am I doing that if there's no bad guy?
Am I just throwing this, getting mad and costing an action to throw an object? Yeah.
Like that's so like the whole destroy object action, that makes sense because it's specifically you're destroying the object.
Yes.
So okay, fine, but then like, okay, but then when you're trying to use an object and it specifically says use an object in an object attack.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's dumb. But whatever. I know I always have to answer questions like that all the time because it comes up, and I'm like, yeah, man, it works that way. I don't know what else to tell you. So they're just like, okay, that's weird.
That's how it works. I'm sorry, I can't explain further.
Yeah, I mean it's stupid. It's stupid logic, but it's logic nonetheless. But yeah, so on the finals, I play Chip, and we you can see he's playing Thanos.
Hey,
it's really cool. So +6. He we meet in the finals, and he just comes up and's like, "Do you want to split?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "So that way we can get beer and food." Dude, of course, because we were already there for like 6 hours, or something. Because it started at 11. It's like 5 something, and we're like, "Yeah, why not?" So so we split the prizing, but so the big prize there is the brick. So I was like, look, and here's the thing, they advertised the brick being Disney Plus.
Yes.
So that's a big deal, right? Because Disney Plus, that's the newest one. So I was like, look, I don't care about it. So I was willing to just like, look, you can have all that stuff to give you your prize, and I came here to win, so I'm gonna get the win. But he's like, look, I'll just get the brick, so we don't have to ship it, and then you get the win. I was like, yeah, that's fine.
It's fair.
And then like you can have the Superman Prime too. I'm like, I don't care, but I still got a Ultimate Warrior, John Cena, and a Raven Bombshell, and a map and stuff. So
woo.
I'm happy. So that was it. So we went and got food. But We went to get pizza. I did what I should have done though. I wish we would have at least rolled to see who would have gotten map,
Yeah.
because I got +1, so I think it would have mattered big time. Obviously it does, because we're gonna get to that later. Because if I win map, I can set it up. I like on my map, me going first, it's very, very hard to counter me because I get to go second. And I can set it up quite quickly. And like the way that my team works, I can kill all. I can leave Thanos by himself on turn two, right? As long as I connect with somebody,
Yeah.
like I can move and I can go. I could start pinging, like the Groots and the Floras and the Starfire. They're all dead.
Yeah.
Like at least the barrier doesn't stop because you have to completely surround your guys, and it would be an interesting. But if he wins map, I'm gonna get stuck on that stupid King's Tomb, and then now I'm like, I don't want to play. But I mean, his team is really solid. Like I think to me, I think a team like this might be the best version. Of course, we'll see another one later. But this is like super. It's super defensive, and dude, when those Floras start healing, you just don't ever want to attack them.
Oh.
But this is why I have Mini, because he just has to walk next to them.
Just ping, 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 ping.
Yeah. And he has a lot of barrier, dude. Because that I remember I go, what's a Sapphire do? That's more barrier.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, nice. All right. And then the ID card suite it's a perfect. I think that's a great ID card suite. Black Widow, Captain Marvel, Green Arrow, and then randomly Superman called in from Flora.
OP.
Dude, that's so funny. You just like the floor is just walking up, and you're just ignoring him because he healed 2 or 3 times. And you're just walking up. Next thing you know, calls in Superman, hits you, bam. Oh,
clever.
And then, or what's awesome too is he can do it defensively, where he can call them in, and they all have invincible, so now they can't get like
pinged to death.
Pinged. You know what I mean? For example, like someone has a black heart and they do a penetrating energy explosion. If they preempt him, he can't do it. It's going to do nothing. So this is a really good. It's a really good team. I think an iteration like this is. I think he only lost one. He lost one time that day to another Thanos.
Oh, mirror match.
So it shows you that he can beat like all the other teams. This is good. So let's look at the other teams here.
All right.
When we get to Alyssa's, I'll tell you. Like, okay, so Zach Pruitt. Yeah, this is the one I was talking about.
Dark Beast.
The Dark Beast team strategy is ridiculous. So he picks Finn Balor. For those who know what Dark Beast does, he can choose a power that the experiment person can use, and then an adjacent guy can use it. Well, Finn Balor has all kinds of stuff, but one of them being Slingshot, and it gives knockback. So what he does, it's a really nice trick. He gives Slingshot to Sky Tyrant, which gives him knockback.
Yeah.
So when Sky Tyrant hits people, he can knock them back. And then whichever direction, he can choose a direction, which also means afterwards. So let's say he knocks them back and he hits twice, he knocks people back. Remember, he gets his move after he hits, right? So he can go next to them after, and then he can free attack them. So the Slingshot is free, but it has to be someone he knocked back.
Yes.
So he's like hitting them 3 back, and then afterwards he moves next to them and he hits them again. So that's like 15 damage, right? Because he has a power gem.
Jeez, it's a lot.
That's a nice, dude. It's a nice trick, and I believe he can do it with Quake, right?
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, he can Quake, knock some fools back,
which means he can also hit the whole team again, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my god, that's how he got me in the first time we played. I was like, oh, okay, now I know not to get slingshotted.
Those wacky WWE powers.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty cool, man. For me, it's a prime. And like I said, dude, Destroy did work. Because Destroyer is like the anti-Sky Tyrant. Because if Sky Tyrant hits twice, you're getting 2 rolls with Destroyer. And then whenever Sky Tyrant goes, Destroyer is going to follow.
Yeah.
And then sometimes that means if he goes back, Destroyer comes back on their side. And now they have to fight against another guy that's hard to beat. Like it's just they're going to have to waste an action to hit that guy. And he doesn't even die. He can come back again if there's another guy with an object, It's
just goes to the sideline.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Yeah, and which also means like, let's say I have my Sky Tyrant and I go and I hit whatever. Let's say they hit Sky Tyrant twice to kill him. Remember, I have res tokens. I can roll again with the Destroyer. So because I have res tokens, I can keep rolling to come back if they keep hitting me.
Oh my, it's too good,
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's that reminds me, I didn't do that in my Thanos game because I forgot it's on you. Because when Captain Marvel hit Sky Tyrant, I should have rolled, but I didn't. Who knows? Maybe I get it, maybe I don't. But if I get it, man, shit, that's another attacker against Thanos. But that's something I always remember. But all right, and then the other top 4.
Brian Smith, another Cosmic.
So I think the format right now it's just Thanos teams plus monsters.
Yeah,
because we've seen 4 teams and we've seen 2 Cosmic or 2 Thanos Cosmic and 2 Monster.
Yeah, a lot of Cosmic teams up in the Pacific Northwest. It looked like. Yeah,
so this is the Brian. This is the team I played in round I think 2 or 3, where I turned 2 to Thanos because he doesn't have TK, so he always chooses space.
That's rough. It's hard.
So because he rolled a 1 or a 2 on turn 1, and he had to pick space, that's when the opening, because he has to go up there to pick up. So that means I can go hit him now because it's time. No time. Oh, pun intended.
No time like the present.
Yeah. So, look at his map, Ancient Hold. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that more. All right, and then 5th through 8. So this is the other. Oh, look, another Thanos guy. This is the Thanos guy beat in the top 8. What's kind of cool is he has the Living Spirits will guide us. So he has the Wakanda bonus.
So he can reroll the senses on Thanos.
He can reroll senses. Yeah, exactly.
It's respect.
Or he can use it on Mr. Oz.
Yeah,
if he wants. Because it's not assigned to anybody too, which is good. Like he can just decide when to use it. So that's really solid if he gets it. So you can see the top one. So Chip's was +6.
Yeah.
Brian's was +7. His is +4. The fact that you can get +6 and 7 on a Thanos team is like that's insane, dude. Like that's a lot.
He's like 175 points.
Yeah, he's
that's a big ass figure.
And you're giving him an object, so he's at least at the very bare minimum 185, right?
Yeah. Ugh.
And if you want to go ID cards with him, then you're like, that's less guys, that's less points to put on. Like, look at him.
Mm-hmm.
He has 4 ID cards, so that's like less, but that's why it's only +4. But he went for the Exospecs, and Exospecs, I mean, when he played, Exospecs did a lot of work for him.
Yeah.
Because he was picking all kinds of powers, which is great. I like Exospecs too. I remember I tried it. I of course Alchemical Fire is tough, but the fact that the Exospecs you can just choose like Precision Strike, Pen Blast, like you can just do that and not have to worry about having to roll on the fire. So what I think would work well is if you can have someone on your team call in someone that gives you Energy Explosion or Pen Blast. Then Thanos picks the other. Oh no, you can't, right? Exospecs can't do it.
Can't use other powers.
Yeah, never mind. Forget. I guess you just have to give him more bolts if he wants to use his Pen Blast, Energy Explosion, or whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But, yeah. All right, and then you can see Alyssa was 5th through 8th, so she lost to the Thanos guy. Her 2 losses of the day, she was 3-1. She was a number 2 seed. She lost by I think 20 points to Thanos in round 2. But round 1. It was round 1. She lost to Thanos. But she got Thanos to like the second to last click and just to run out of time. And then she beat everyone. She beat me too. I mean, she's playing my team, double black. Oh, dude, it is definitely now I see on the receiving end of a double black heart team. It's a fucking beating, dude. I did my remember. So dude, I got rid of black. I got rid of Blackheart when I got rid of them real fast. Like Blackheart went to go, but I couldn't get rid of Tri-Sentinel, and Tri-Sentinel was the one that wrecked me. Not the other, it just wrecked me bad because it was Pulse Wave, and then she shot the Groot in the back, and Groot was going to retail the next turn, but because of how it was positioned, so I really needed to get rid of. I think if I get rid of Tri-Sentinel, then I can retail the next turn, and I can make one. But then I can keep the pressure going. I killed 5. I killed 5 dudes. Hellfire guards. Well, she sacked a couple of them because I was doing a lot of work on them. But and the main thing too, the reason why I really needed to kill Tri-Sentinel with my shot was because she hit Sky Tyrant to the last click and then retail pulse.
Yeah, and then he dies.
Dude, and I had 2 tokens on me too, so I was like, I need to live from here. But the other thing was, so like I ended up killing. I got Faust too, so I got 280 points. She got 300 because she got the team. So I was like, okay, that's fine. And in that game, she did the trick that she always wanted to do. It was pretty gross. This is how she got Mini. She popped Mini, and then she called in Red Hulk next to 3 guys, and they all poisoned her.
Nice.
They all poisoned him. So I was like, oh, well that's yep, I'm dead. You don't even have to attack me. Because she's like, oh my god, I got to do it because there was 2 Hellfire guards, a Sheriff Strange, and Hulk.
Nice.
It's funny, dude. And then what else is there?
Aubrey.
Oh look, another monster. So
hey, another Sky Tyrant team.
Look, so it's yep. So instead of going double Blackheart, it's just Venom Wolverine instead of the second Blackheart. This is a solid team. He was, I think he only lost 1 game before he got to the top 8. And then Matthew Peterson. This is a cool one. This one's a cool team. It's a defense team.
Yeah.
The defend Green Lantern with Captain Marvel and Demon in Armor and Time Gem. So he has probs, he has perplexes. Everybody's rocking like from range, it's like a 22, 21.
Ugh.
So yeah, he did pretty good. He was 3-1 as well, and then he lost to Chip.
Hey.
His 2 losses were to Chip, so his team is solid otherwise.
Nice.
Is this the last one?
This is the last one for that
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one, so the Strike Force 5 and the Eagles guys were there, and it was fun, man. Brian did a great job running the event. He is like super well knowledgeable. Like it was very comfortable. I was very comfortable, like just knowing that he knows the rules because he knows the rules. So it was cool. The space, the place, the Gun Guy games. Oh my god, dude! If you've never been there, the fact that they don't have like WizKids opens and stuff is really, really like stupid. Because like
I've seen the photos. It looks nice.
Oh my, it's huge. Oh my god, they have. We played in the warehouse because it was just more room because they had like Magic pre-release and stuff like that going on. But the room where they have like the Magic events, so they have nice tables with the 8-foot playmats to cover it. But check this out, it's even better. Their chairs are gaming, like racing chairs.
I've seen them. They're impressive.
Holy shit! We were looking at them. We're like, dude, each one of these tables is at least $1,000, easy 1,000 or more, depending on how much you're doing. But it's probably getting a bulk rate. But
yeah,
there's like, I don't know, 10 to 12 to 15 tables, and each of the tables have 4 chairs. So just like do the math. So we're like, oh my god, this is insane. It's a 6-store, and he has like so many other rooms where people were playing D&D. They were playing War Machine on the other area, and then there's like the actual retail space where people can walk in. And what's cool is they don't actually have like a register. The employees walk around with a tablet.
Oh, snap.
So you can, because every room has some form of product.
Yes.
So if you want to buy something, they go over there and you get it, and then they charge you and you do it. It was pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
like that setup. That's a great setup. Of course, if you do cash, then they actually have to go to the register to get it. But like most of them are just doing a credit card. Either credit card or Apple Pay or like PayPal. Everything's it's all there.
That's
pretty
sick.
Cool. I like that setup. But yeah, I mean, and their refreshments are free.
What?
They have a fridge
Uh-huh.
of just drinks, of water, soda, juice, whatever. It's like going to like a 7-Eleven, and you know how they have behind the glass is all the drinks that you choose from? Just imagine that, but like in a fridge. And you could just go there and get it.
That's sick. It's awesome.
I'm like, holy shit! Like this is how you're supposed to do it, man. Like that's how you're supposed to do a store. I just couldn't believe. I was like, so we just go back and get drinks? Like, just go to the room there. There's a fridge and get whatever you want. What the fuck? I remember. So we were just like, okay, wow, that's crazy.
Who do I pay?
I was like, what? Go ahead. Oh, and then they ordered for the break before the top 8. They ordered hot dogs from like the local like restaurant, the hot dog restaurant, like the place, and they brought it, and then they so it was catered hot dogs for everyone at the event. I was like, this is how you do it. Like, this is how you do it. And they set it up on the outside so it's not, and they had like cookies, that like welcome cookies to come in. You could buy, and you could just get, not buy, you just dude, I tell you, this place, it's like, I was like, dude, if the other stores just saw, look, this is no slight to any other stores. I've been to other stores, great, they run it great, but this is like a different level, because from the outside, it just looks like an industrial warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just a sign that says Gone Guy Games, right, and an arrow. But when you walk in, when you drive into the parking lot, there's like, it's a like a lumber yard over there. There's like precision optics service place over here, and then over on the side over here is Gun Guy Games. It just like, you don't think it would be in a spot like that.
Yeah.
And when you go inside, imagine like you took like an office building that has cubicles and separate rooms for offices in like just like a regular business place. But you take down the cubicles so that you can put your retail space, and then you keep the rooms regular, but the rooms are D&D rooms for you to go rent out and play. Not even rent out, just go play.
Sounds fun.
And then there's an adjoining warehouse to one of the units, and in the warehouse, it's just tables and chairs with like some product around, and that's where the fridge was. And then the adjoining the other spot is another unit that has the warehouse, which they also have, and this warehouse is like twice the size of the gaming area where they had, and then that's where they have all the product that they do for online sales, because they had all their Heroclix singles there too.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Oh, checking out the competition.
Dude, it's pretty sick, dude. They have a lot of stuff there. They have a lot of board games. I obviously, like, I don't think their singles are going to be as much as what I have, because I only do clicks, and I think my stuff goes way back farther, because I was looking, I was like, they have a lot of good stuff. I don't think they just have as much as, like, I also have a lot of obscure, like, pre-carded shit,
Yeah, I think they're mostly modern, right?
Yeah, mostly, exactly, because it's all, I think it's mostly like they might just be cracking stuff, putting it up there, and then like if people trade and stuff, whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think they get new collections, because Chip tells me he just cracks all the cases and they just put it out for singles.
Yep, that's what they do. Yep, exactly, that's what they do. Okay, so that's the Oregon event, and then there were.
All right, topic 2.
We have.
That's not right. Did I not update that? This is for Texas.
Yeah, Oak Ridge, North Texas. They had 24. How many
Space
players?
Cadets,
20?
right? 19, right?
20?
20?
No, we had 19.
Okay, 20, yeah.
Jimmy Hughes.
All right, so he's
This
got
is a cool team.
Latveria theme +7.
Oh, it's a Sky Tyrant team. Look at that. It's Sky Tyrant and Thanos everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a Doom team with
IDs.
Sky Tyrant Doom. I mean,
yeah,
like Mr. Oz, Dark Phoenix, it's like all the same stuff you would expect like in a
modern
team, right? Like they added Groot and ID cards. Wolverine, Bounty, Doctor Strange. Which Doctor Strange is he calling in? Recruiter Strange.
No, Chase.
He has what are his maps? He's playing on Latvian Village. I'm assuming Sky Tyrant's getting the Latvian Village so he can mastermind.
Strange just has outwit, probability control, mind control when he uses it as range, modify attack +2. 2 targets, 12 psychic penetrating, nothing too crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So
the Strange ID does can use probability when targeting an opposing character with an attack. So
he just wants to have prob.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like your team has already probs with Mr. Oz too. I guess he's probably just using it for Strange because he has a bunch of what is he? He has outwit prob too.
Yeah.
Outwit prob. Yeah. So he has like extra stuff. And the Wolverine Bounty because he's calling in which Wolverine? The 100. Yeah, the AFP 100. Yep. So that
it's a popular one.
You can. He's like you can opt to play him at the 30.1, right, to do the charge flurry, so that Molecule Man and Valeria can do it.
And then what? Yeah, Dark Phoenix too, right?
Dark Phoenix. You're probably not because you probably want to attack with her.
Yeah.
You most likely want to attack with her because you want to heal. But yeah, you could if you really wanted to, because the reason is Dark Phoenix has an 11 attack. This is why. Okay. Dark Phoenix has an 11 attack.
Wolverine probably
you call Wolverine 130. She's a 10. He's a 10. He ain't hitting 18s. And everybody and their mom has 18 defense now.
Facts.
And also like Dark Phoenix can just heal on a random, like, oh, I just killed your little like like the little move is she kills the Leslie Evans that you gave them and now she healed. It's like this is like a little trick that they can do. Okay.
Second
and then
place,
of course
the Baba Yaga.
Another name, a throwback. Alan. Cosmic again. Here we go. See, very similar to Chips. It's just he opted to play Mr. Oz. So the main difference here is Mr. Oz.
Mm-hmm.
The 40-point Mr. Oz got split into 2 Floras and 2 IDs. I think. No. Because Alan still has 4 IDs, right? Because Chip had 4 IDs as well. His had a chemical fire instead of power gem. Did he have 3? It was 2 Floras and some. Oh, was it
a Groot? Yeah.
Okay, 2 Floras and a Groot for the Mr. Oz. Okay, so that makes it 6, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay, that's good. And his IDs are what? Captain Marvel, Green Arrow. Who else?
Thor, Wolverine Bounty.
So his was Black Widow and Superman. So it's kind of cool to see the different like choices people make on the IDs. There's of course Green Arrow is always like a staple if you're gonna have this.
Yeah, you're building 295. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, and then we got this is cool. Top 4. This here we go. We've been looking for something different,
Battle World Other.
Yes. So Sheriff Strange with the ID stops ID column. That's solid. Where does Thor ID spin ring? Pretty simple. God Emperor Doom gets Soul Gem. Spin goes on Strange or Valeria so that they can start TKing Doom.
I like it.
Which Thor is this? This is the Chase one, which is cool because it's Thor, the Chase and the super rare.
Yes.
Is it the one that you were playing? That super rare one?
It was,
yeah, that one. And what's cool, why the Chase Thor is if he wants to, he can play him at the 125 or do him at the 50 and Sheriff Strange can call him in. So that helps so that like God Emperor Doom will have another bolt.
He get attacked too.
Yeah. Yeah, he can attack as well. So that's a good it's a good it's obviously options always good to have. But the interesting thing here is this is a hard to hit team because doesn't God Emperor Doom start with 19?
Up there, yeah, it's really high.
Yeah, and between Doom and Sheriff Strange, they can perplex each other's defense 2, and Valeria has 1. So, like, Strange is a 20, Doom is a 21, Valeria is a 19. Oh, I'm sorry, Doom is a 22 because Soul Gem gives you +1 defense.
+3, yeah, that's good luck hitting
that.
Oh
shit! So that's kind of dude, how are you hitting that? 22. You know what's funny? Even Thanos has a hard time hitting that.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's still like 8s.
It's crazy with his 14 fucking attack. Hey, you have 14. What do I need? 8. But I'm a 14. Yeah, I'm a 22. Dude, this is an arms race, dude.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. And so this is the I hope okay. My feeling on the hope as a strategy. So it works until it doesn't work, right? Like he got all the top 4, and then what happened? My 22 defense didn't hold up. I was hoping he would just miss.
Yeah.
Well, given enough time, they're gonna hit, and it's gonna happen at the worst time.
What does Mike Tyson always say? Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
So they get hit in the mouth. Yeah, they get punched. Yeah, exactly. So that's exactly when you get hit. Now what? But it's cool too because Valeria has she stops also kind of not stop, but like they'll take damage if they get placed.
Yeah, so it messes with the retals, which is that's a good move actually.
It's really good, and like this team has it all, right? Like Doom has prob, Strange has so Doom has leadership, prob, and perplex. Sheriff Strange has perplex, leadership. Valeria has leadership, perplex, and possible outwit, and she can stop, she can port, and she can stop placement kind of or punish placement. Strange punishes IDs, and Doom can punish equipment.
Yeah.
So weirdly enough, this +3 team has it all. It literally has like everything that you can want in a team. And Doom can also beat the crap out of somebody with his pen blast.
Yeah.
So that's cool, man. I like it.
Yeah, definitely fun.
Yeah, look at this. My buddy. Congrats, Will. This is Paris's dad, by the way.
Yes, I remember.
Gordon, 2015
I remember he used to do the top 10, top 10 best Heroclix players.
Maybe he'll get back to doing it again because now he's out there playing. So no, I was gonna go. So the original plan was for me to stay with him.
Oh snap!
He was gonna pick me up and then drop me off. And it was like everything's gonna be set, so I don't have to pay for. I just have to pay for the flight and the entry. But the flights were just too much. Like just the flight itself was gonna be over $400. Just maybe it was like $4 something. Okay.
Yeah.
Total trip to Oregon with everything was under $400.
That's pretty good.
Like and of course when we paid for food, it was a little bit more, but it was just everything was under 400. So I was like, man, well, and not only that, but I don't have to change time zones, and the flight was actually it ended up being similar amount of time because of the layover, but the actual flight time is shorter. It was a total of like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Whereas if I fly to Texas, it's like 4.
Yeah, because that's it's not as fun.
Yeah, so I was like, man, next time. But originally that was the plan. But so he played Doom with Time Platform, Sheriff Strange, Q Prime. I think Q Prime's 30.
Oh yeah, oops.
So yeah, 50 to 50, 70. Yep, 75. Yep, that's it. 2 Groots, Spin Ring. Yeah, he told me he was playing this because he wants to do the whole
dice manipulation.
Dice manipulation BS on them. It got him to top 4. That's solid, man.
And he didn't have any other Dooms to swap out to. He was sticking with DJ.
Yeah, he was like, look, I'm gonna, because he wanted the 3 dice to screw with them.
That's awesome.
And also screwing with them with the objects. That's really smart, man. And obviously more disruption. Dude, this is a very disruptive team because he also has Sheriff Strange for the IDs.
Yeah. And then he's got some big boys to call in.
Shang-Chi, Green Arrow, She-Hulk, Flash. Yeah. She-Hulk is so he's using Doom as an ID battery here. So interesting thing to note with Q. It's pretty cool. If like, let's say Groot gets hit or the Walking Woods get hit or whatever, Q can free action place within 6 of them.
Yep.
And then he can call in Flash.
He was actually one of the ones I was looking at for that combo. Yeah. But there's too much poison.
Well, but
maybe not here.
Also you're playing that, like, remember the Prime. Is it worth the Prime slot?
Exactly.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. But I mean, it's really hard. You have to really, really convince me that the Prime option is better than Destroyer. Because with the amount of Thanos and Sky Tyrants, you get the rolls all the time with Destroyer. Because Thanos always has an equipment, okay? And if he actually attacks one turn, you're going to get that roll.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you can get behind the line if he actually does that. Because then now you can appear on their side with the Destroyer. Right? And
that's really good.
That's how you can actually start to fight him. Or better, you can actually, that's how you kill Molecule Man so they can't freaking barrier anymore.
And you know what Destroyer can do when he's on their side?
You could call in a guy
in Green Arrow.
Oh, damn, dude, that's funny. Yeah, that's true, dude.
Secret tech, guys.
Okay, hold on real quick. Okay, so then Landers, another
Craig Landers, Black Widow, Sam Cap, Waldo, Felix, Molecule Man. Some IDs.
Just a second here. Just 1 second. Okay. Black Widow. Sam. So it's a Sam Cap team with Waldo. That's kind of cool. What's Waldo's movement? Must be high, right? So it gotta be like 12 or something.
Waldo's movement is 12, so he goes to 15.
So 15.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, so this is very similar to, remember my Black Widow team with Lockjaw and moving all the way up and Black Widowing them. I mean, it did pretty good for him because he got here. Beast Black Widow. Yeah, it's funny. He has a Black Widow to call in with Black Widow.
I like it.
Molecule Man, Felix, Waldo. Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, who's he calling? Yeah, so he has a bunch of options for call-ins.
Yeah.
That's and Faust there, Molecule Man. Yeah, so Molecule Man's there to take out their barrier markers. That's solid. All right. Roy boy.
Yeah, another monster team.
Oh, wait. It took 6 team. The 6th team is the first monster team we saw? Okay.
These aren't necessarily a specific order. There's the 5th through 8th slots.
5th through 8, yeah. So we got to get, so far there's 1 monster team in the top. There's about to be 2.
It's very rare,
but, hey, dude, 3 Blackheart, Captain Venom. Okay, look, you know how I feel about this. If you're gonna do this, just play 3 Blackhearts. If you're gonna do this, just play 3 Blackhearts, bro. What are you doing? I get it. Maybe you don't have the 3, but just play 3 Blackhearts. We know it's better than these 3.
Just go. Yeah, Captain Venom was an interesting choice.
Look, in one day, I'm gonna do triple Blackheart. I will. I told you. I remember I sent you that team.
I know.
Like, I'm gonna do it. One day, just gonna overload the freaking.
And you're still just gonna destroy everyone.
Oh god. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. Blackheart's not. I mean, look, Alyssa had like almost very little practice with the team, and she was 3-1 with the most points for 3-1 by a long shot, because she's just wrecked when she wins. It's wipes. Yeah. So, I mean, imagine like you have a 3rd one. Oh my god. I mean, you could go the monster route. Like if you play like, obviously, if you just literally change those to those 3, that would be the team. Of course, I would prefer to play some kind of perplex to just pump them up, but whatever. It looks fine. I mean, I like the fact that he's playing Captain Venom, because now he gets 6 probs?
It's like a pseudo perplex too, right? Because if he attacks first, everyone else gets +1 attack.
That's true. Yeah. But also, it's 6. Is it 6 probs?
I think that's what it is, right?
6, yeah.
I think it's 6 because it's the same as High Evolutionary, right?
Yeah, it's double. So hey, I'll take that. I For me, I just want more black hearts, but I'll definitely take having 6 probs with Captain Venom.
Probably a 50 would have been better.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
All right. We got another
Jeremy Ruff. Okay.
monster team.
Okay. Oh, but it's a different one.
Yeah. Black Lantern, Wonder Woman, and Big Boy Venom Strange.
Nice. Okay.
Rare Mole Man.
In? Yeah. Oh, the one that makes dudes. And he has Perplex. Who's he bringing in?
Martian Manhunter.
No, I mean from the sideline.
Oh.
From Venom.
Venom Iceman, Agent Anti-Venom, Venom Ghost Spider are his.
Nice. You know who I think should definitely be called, who should be definitely coming in is either, maybe he just doesn't have it, maybe another Venom Strange.
Yeah.
So that when he hits, he can also
keep the chain going.
Would he be able to? He can't, right? Because he needs to have them on the sideline himself. Is it attached to him specifically? Like you can't have another. So the question for me is, can I bring in a Venom Strange, and when that Venom Strange hits, call in one of the other guys?
I feel like I've seen people do that before, and I believe for the sideline, if you're there for a specific trait, you're there for that trait for all characters.
Even if they were generated, even if they're from outside of the game, because he's not on the main force.
It's a good question.
You know what I mean? Because, like, is it attached to each person? I feel like it still works because it's still the same trait. But I just get wary because of the weird sideline rules. Like, well, he wasn't there when you did it in the main force, so he comes in, you don't get it. But yeah. I feel like okay, so here's this is a weird scenario. I play Black Panther, okay? And I call in a Black Panther. Let's say the call in Black Panther dies. Can Captain America from my sideline come in for that called in Black Panther?
It just says when a Black Panther, right? It's just a sideline active effect.
Yes. However, it's assigned to that Black Panther that you played on your team.
No, because if with trouble alerts, right? Sideline active, if your call-in character who wasn't there at the beginning of the game is your third hit or crit miss, right? You still have to call them in.
No. What are you talking about?
You're saying
assigned to trouble alert is not assigned to a specific character, whereas Captain America is assigned to that Black Panther. Right?
Let's see what Captain America says. It was a legacy, right? From Fantastic Four. When a friendly character named Black Panther 50 points or more is KO'd, you may generate Captain America.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's tied to a specific.
I feel like you can too. But I remember I was talking to PJ and he kept telling me no about some stuff. And I was like, dude, why am I so confused about this? So, it could be another one of those weird things. But you know why I want to do that? Is there a way you can like sacrifice your own Black Panther so that Captain America comes in? So you just have a regular guy on the team. So he you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you induce them to kill your Black Panther so Cap comes in. Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah. Just do the cheapest Black Panther, right? The 30-point one.
No, it has to be 50. It has to be 50 points.
50 points or more. There you go. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So is that the trick? Just let him kill him?
I think that's
specifically attack with him, damage them, and let them retell him. Is that what I'm doing?
I guess.
Would the thing is, would they fall for it? And then when Cap comes in, I go, "Ha, got ya."
They might see it coming. They might.
I'm good. Really? People see that? You think they'll see it coming? Okay. Now when you say that, I see the Green Arrow coming, the combo, but then nobody sees it.
It's true. You are in the upper echelon of
well, that's what I'm saying is like you got to be careful with that, because it's like, well, I think it's obvious, but other people it's not.
I suppose if they don't look at your sideline, they won't see the Captain America coming.
Yeah, no, but like what I'm saying is like all the answers are there.
It's true,
right? Like my Green Arrow is there, my Sky Tyrant, everything's there. But if you don't see that interaction coming in, which I guarantee a lot of people aren't going to see, then you'll get them, because that's how I get people. That's how you get people in general when you don't see. Look, I should know that Sky Tyrant slingshot trained, right? It's there. I specifically, before we started, I said, I remember I said, what is it that you're taking from him? And I go, oh, it's slingshot. What is it? And he said, he explained to me what the slingshot was.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, oh, so you're giving it to Sky Tyrant. That's really good. And then he proceeded to still get me with that move.
Dang, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's because you don't, like, you might see it, but like sometimes it's executed differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, also that the Black Panther thing is not an obvious. It's not an obvious. It's not an obvious trick if you already have a Black Panther on your team.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
If I have the 85-point Black Panther on my team and I have that cap on the side, you're gonna just think
it's for the cap. It's for the 85-point one.
But then when you call in the Panther and then you induce them to kill him, no, that's what I mean. So you know what I want to do is I actually want to hit someone with mystics, so easier for him to die. I just want to have an extra guy on the board, just permanent. And then, so here's the trick: the team is to have Black Panther and Captain America on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Just Steve Rogers, whatever. So that way I can bring Peggy on my sideline.
I like it. Yes. So,
but the trick is, when you call in a Black Panther, he dies. You bring in Captain America.
He dies.
And that Captain America dies. You bring in Peggy. And they're like, wait a minute. How is it going up? I think that's funny, dude.
Endless call-in battery. Let's finish up.
Funny.
I think our last one for Texas.
Oh,
Mini Shredder Sandcap team.
Oh, okay.
With the Waldo.
Dario. Oh, wow. It's very wow. Look at this guy with Craig's tech.
I know, right?
Waldo, or I don't know if it's his tech, but it's similar.
Well, I like the Claire Finn because it gives Waldo a sidestep, so you're getting a 17 squares instead of the 15.
Yes. What is he doing with? So he's calling in. Okay, I get it. So what he's doing with Dario is just he turns off their stuff, he outwits, and then he can hit with somebody for a lot. That's actually really smart. Dude, you know what? That's actually really smart. Like, if you run up against a Thanos with this team, and let's say, for example, what's his Wolverine?
Damn,
dude, why are they hating on my guy?
They always hate on my number guy, 4.
I'm gonna play that one time. I'm gonna be like, look, this is why you play this guy. You know why? This is why you play the other one. Everyone listening, stop getting distracted by.
Mini has some power.
The commons are there for they're still good. Okay, all right. So Dario's there with this team. You only have one outwit, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say Thanos picked time. And you have to outwit the invuln so you can hit. Well, he still has super senses. This Wolverine does not have precision strike, so if he rolls, you're fucked. But if you play the 004 Wolverine from House of X, he's the same stuff, but he has precision strike.
I know, it's better.
What the fuck, man? And with Mini, he could do 8.
Yeah, the empower there is gross.
Like you could just die, and then
Sandcap has perplex, so he's gonna have a 12 attack for 4.
Yeah, dude, or just Thanos is -1 defense, so that if you somehow attack with somebody else,
it's even better.
Yeah, so that's what I think. I think there's something to look forward to. I think the Dario Agar is a really neat little trick there. I like it. We can look at that idea more. I do like the idea of the Dario. We're gonna get to Thanos later. God damn it, that guy. But okay, so that's this one, right? And then I think there was only one. So the metagame is still the same, right? It's monsters and Thanos with a smattering of other stuff.
All right.
But double Sandcap here, it's starting to, people starting to look.
I like it. It's just fun.
Okay.
All right. Topic 3.
The next one is from
Boonton, New Jersey, Highlander Games. They had 16 players.
16. Michael Kornichuk.
Thanos, Blackheart, Proteus. Henchman.
Oh my god. Well, it's a Blackheart Thanos team. So I think the top three pieces, right? Would you say are Thanos, Sky Tyrant, Blackheart,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they go in any order.
They're
I think Thanos is a little bit ahead, but the amount of Sky Tyrant Blackhearts that are just like populating these
teams running rampant.
teams are just it's pushing the fact that it's just like maybe there's less Thanos, but Thanos is placing higher, but just there's just more Blackheart Sky Tyrants just placing, period.
Yeah.
You know, they're just everywhere, man. I mean, you know what? He should just play Sky Tyrant on this team and just play the three guys on the team and be done.
300 go. We don't need anything else.
What is it? You know, wait, IDs? No. Equipment? No.
Get Sky Tyrant, guys.
What? Yeah, dude, I'm just playing the three best guys and let's go. You know what? That would be an experiment. We take the three best pieces, put them on a team and see how they perform.
In Modern, it'd probably do fine.
Right. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, exactly. Because you don't have to worry about IDs. So Protea. Okay. So he has Alchemical Fire. His IDs are. Yeah, it's the same. Black Widow,
Yeah.
Captain America. You know, what storms? Is it triple bolt or something?
I think it's 3 volts.
That's actually really solid because Blackheart has energy explosion.
Yeah. It's just the prime slot.
Oh, he's using the prime. Okay. Oh, so he's calling it. Oh, okay. Ooh, interesting. I thought he would be playing like a different type of storm. Okay. Interesting. Green Arrow. Yeah. For me, I would not be playing that. I would play Destroyer 100% over
Thor instead of the Storm and then Destroyer.
Yeah. Or I'm sure there's like I'm sure there's like other storms you could call in, right? That do stuff. Like, for example, you could just call in the Asgard Storm. She's okay.
Yeah, sure. Damage can't be reduced below her click number, so when she pulse waves, she still like kills colossals.
Yeah, and I believe does she also have energy explosion?
I think it does. Yeah.
So then that means it can't be reduced below 1 time. You know, I don't know, but hey, he won, so he did something good.
Yeah. All right. Second place was Anton.
Oh, you still
Wender.
okay? So you got a couple. Oh wow.
Yeah. So I messaged McConnell, and I was like, "Hey, bud, congrats on your top 4. Is there any way you could give me some team lists?"
Nice, so good one.
He did some research for me and got all these.
Thanks, McConnell. Yeah. And so McConnell listens to our stuff. So thank you for the support, buddy, and congrats because you're playing the piece that I wanted to talk about too later on. Yeah. Great idea, dude. Monster Team, we gotta look at that. But yeah, dude, top 4 McConnell. I know McConnell is like he's all. If you look at what he posts a lot, a lot of his stuff is always very inquisitive on rules, interactions, team ideas. Like it's very like almost philosophical to the point to where he's just strictly doing it for like just information gathering and discussion, so he can come to conclusion. That's really smart. I mean, look, that's why he finished top 4. So he's doing something right.
All right. So second place was another Thanos, Doom, Annihilating Conqueror, Molecule Man, and Alchemical Fire.
So he must have. I think he's missing 5 points somewhere. So maybe there's another ID card. Okay. Well, we'll finish. We'll get that going. But okay, now this is the one I want to see. Jeez, can you actually space that down a little bit? So just go to the next page. Yeah, there you go. Oh my God, look at this. Jesus.
Yeah, I think this is probably the highest theme we've seen all day, right?
Plus 10. Dude, yeah. You know what? Okay, he really wants to take their object, right? Because he really wants the Iceberg Lounge. Is he paying the 5 points for it or no?
Yes,
he has 5 points. Yeah, so he really, you know what's hilarious about that? This is just my thinking. Okay. I think what he's doing is he's taking the object and he's repositioning it so that he can shoot through there with the seals and shit. Not necessarily playing it and running it back, but he's repositioning so that where he can shoot through them.
Yeah, he's forcing them to interact.
Yeah. What are his objects for this? It's radioactive clay and time gem. Okay. So time gem gives him +1 range, so that's awesome. So his scarabs are gonna be a 7 range, and they're gonna have probs, and they're gonna have radioactive clay for ignoring their life. And I personally would probably opt for a second Carnage, of course, maybe if he doesn't have it, and a green Proteus. Because the green Proteus can also when they do actions, he can make barriers for them.
Yeah, that's really good.
Right. So Bizarre Green Arrow. This is the anti-Thanos.
Yeah, because he just becomes targeted, right?
This is why y'all need to be looking at this guy. He's a monster. He has stop click. And it's like, okay, what if they're not playing Thanos? It also means he stops their damage from hitting you for 4 or 5. It's going to go down to 2 because he can make it -2. And he has a stop click. He has 2 stop clicks. So he has a lot of life. So if anybody's shooting, it goes to him. Now, the question is, does he also take the energy explosion attack, everything? Because here, I'm going to read to you what Bizarre Green Arrow says. When an adjacent friendly character would be targeted, he becomes the target instead, even if he would be an illegal target. Now, with energy explosion, he doesn't have anything that says if he hasn't already been targeted, correct?
Yeah, so it said if they would be, but with EE, they become targeted, so that would bypass that. Right?
No. Okay. I'm talking about the original target of EE. So Blackheart has 1 bolt, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He wants to target Scarab. Does the Scarab take... I'm sorry, does Bizarro take the attack from Scarab? I'm sorry, does Bizarro take the... Yeah.
He would become the target of the attack, and the Scarab actually...
No. You need to have a bolt to initially target someone, correct?
Yes.
So Scarab is the target. That Scarab doesn't become the target. He is the target. Bizarro Green Arrow becomes the target.
Yes.
Oh, are you saying that because it goes to Green Arrow, it also splashes back
onto Scarab? Yes. Because
so it won't. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, because for the EE they become targeted, not if they would become targeted. Because you said Green Arrow reads if they would become targeted, or if they become the target.
Yeah.
So it's just like shape change, right?
Because if he's taking it, it goes back. Okay, that's right. Okay, so if he rolls shape change, it still becomes correct? Because it bypasses. Can't be.
Who rolls shape change?
Let's say Scarab has shape change.
It would still splash onto him.
Okay, that's what I was asking, because it becomes targeted whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that means if somebody has an effect that's like Invisible Woman, says she can't be targeted. So if she gets splashed on, it hits her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Same with Jason of Sparta.
Stealth.
Somehow you're able to do it. I don't know why, because none of them would be able to get targeted. But if for some reason
they play someone adjacent.
Hey, look! I got an idea. You know how you do it? You call. Oh my god! In it doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't work. But in silver, in bronze, if you have ID cards, you can call in the Troubler Green Arrow, give them the Gulliver. Let me see how the wording is on that.
I think
that one.
Don't they choose, right?
Oh shit, yeah. Oh, I just want to give it to them so that I'm like, oh, put it next to that guy and explode him, and then they all get targeted.
It would work with what do you call it too? Spider-Man trash can, because he generates a guy, but they choose where to place it.
But they choose. Oh, they have to generate them in their starting area. Never mind.
Here, place it next to all your retails in your starting area, guys. Please.
Okay. So, Yeah, he just has a bunch of stuff. This is cool. I like that it's a pocket tank attack too.
Yeah, tank with the
So it's, like,
scarabs.
super, displacing them. Okay. I mean, he finished third and fourth. That's solid. I wonder. You know what? I wonder who he lost to. I wonder if he was able to get around Thanos.
I don't
Because
remember the
Bizarre Green
pairings.
Arrow, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Third,
And
four.
top four.
Didn't get those.
Monster. What do you know?
Another Black Lantern, Wonder Woman. We've seen actually a couple of her over the past couple weeks.
You remember when I asked you what do you think of putting her on the team? Remember I messaged you? Wonder Woman. I was like, what if I, but I'm like, that means I'm not playing Destroyer Prime. Is it worth it?
Probably not. So we have a Sky Tyrant team. Yeah, typical monster team.
He has a Necrosword. Oh, it's a Necrosword for Scarab to shoot, probably. Maybe.
I thought Necrosword was close attacks.
I know, but for Scarab to shoot through.
Oh yes, could be. Or Sky Tyrant to use.
Or you could give it to Sky Tyrant. Yeah, that is something too. I guess you would see what kind of team they're playing. If they're just playing like a regular alpha team, yeah. Obviously, if they're playing an alpha team, then yeah, you put it on your guy. But if they're playing like a team that stays back, then you just put the Necrosword and just start shooting them.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
And then
okay, and then 5th through 8. Wow, you're able to get. Wow, you got all of them.
Yeah, dude, McConnell hooked it up, dude. He was able to. Like, these aren't complete lists by any means, but he got a lot of information for us.
Dude, McConnell, thank you, buddy. Jeez, man, we gotta like give him something for this. This is what I'm talking about, buddy. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I love the Nimrod. Stealth Sentinel.
Holy shit, this is sick. I mean, look, if you're rolling hot, they ain't hitting Nimrod. Oh my gosh,
Nimrod's too good.
You know when I saw Nimrod on that first line, I thought I was already thinking split lip and stuff. I'm like,
I know, right?
I'm like, they can't play those. What is he doing? Stealth Sentinel. Okay, I love it, dude. I love it.
Yeah, no IDs, just Sentinel theme.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right,
Brian Galley. Okay, this guy, he posted about this.
Dude, the Stilt Man. Oh my god.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that picture? It's his Stilt Man with
super tall, right?
all the way to the top. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Because it's 5 points for each extension, right?
Yeah.
So it was he's 50 on his own, and then I believe he had 10 extensions. So yeah, that's a lot.
Oh my god, dude, that's hard to get through. And you know what? Nobody's playing Pulse Wave.
Yeah. Because
you could get around it by Pulse Wave. Well, I don't even know what Infinity does. And what is this team doing?
So if she repositions, right? Like Emilio used to play.
Hold on. 30 points in ID cards. That's the most we've seen so far.
Yes. He went balls in.
All right, let me look at Infinity.
I remember Emilio used to play her, right? Like she places adjacent to a friendly or something, and then
you're right.
She increases range and decreases movement, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Okay, so she does. Other friendly characters modify speed and range +1.
Okay.
And opposing characters modify speed and range -1. She has teleports. She has phase sidestep, so it's outwit, precision strike. Adjacent friendly characters have free place this character adjacent to. Oh, you know what? You know what's cool about that? She can kind of like mini teleport them because they place next and they can call in.
Yeah. So it's that little extra reach.
That's like a 1-2. That's like a 3 square. That's a 3 square. Mini 3 square sidestep.
It's huge, especially if they're not expecting it.
Yeah. And I think that Enchantress is the one that has TK, so she can actually TK. Dude, who are the people that she's calling in? Because look at the points; they're low.
Yeah,
I like this thing, dude. Oh, but we don't know what they are. I really want to know who are the ones because. Oh, I get it. Stiltman is 100. Wait, does he count as 100?
So I was reading it, and it says increase his point value for each stilt he has.
Oh my god! So he does count as 100.
That's what I was thinking, right?
Because the other one just specifically says plus points.
Mm-hmm.
It just says like you pay the points. That's another tricky thing because I'm like, dude. So that means he's oh my god. So he's TKing him up, calling him Black Widow, and doing some stuff. Look,
Calling Captain
This
Marvel.
this ID suite is like it's like Thanos.
Yeah, the
Right?
Chase She-Hulk has been pretty popular. I've seen people calling in.
She's, I mean, free everything, and she hits for a ton of damage.
Yeah,
like that's insane, right? She can do like 7 damage with her attack if she makes the object and hit them.
Oh God, yeah,
that's a lot, dude. I mean, fuck. And also, you'll have a hard time killing her. And also, she can just free TK.
Yeah,
someone.
She has a couple free things.
Yeah, and that's really good. Okay, and then the next one here.
That's all I have for.
Okay, so we don't have him. We don't have him.
Yep. All right. So topic 4, friends, is going to be PJ's event. So Kilted Classic, 300 Modern, 71 players. My lord, that's a lot of people.
Oh, look at this. So this is Modern. So he's going to look at it through a different lens, but of course, still the same Thanos.
Yeah. Ugh. Still doing things. Yeah. Spider Family.
This is Dan Powell's list.
Mm-hmm.
I think, because this is what it has the Marvella, Mary Jane, Dazzler thing. Because this is what Dan has been talking about, and he played this at the event. So Dan designed a pretty good team. I mean, he also designed the Batman Sky Tyrant one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really solid too. So his team building skills is actually, I think it's underrated, because he's known as just someone who's a good player.
Yeah.
But I see a lot of his teams. He does a lot of really critical thinking when it comes to analyzing why you put this, why you put that. It's just, I think the main thing is, because it's a Thanos team, it's like, oh, it's just, it's just, so it gets overlooked because it's just a Thanos team. Whereas it's not a Stiltman team. It's not the God Emperor Doom. You know what I mean? So you don't normally look at giving that kind of credit to, or give as much credit as you would someone with a Stiltman team.
Yeah.
Although if you look at, go ahead.
Oh, so everyone's playing Thanos, right? So like you said, it is easy to get overlooked because just repetitive teams.
Yeah. So if you look like, oh, it's just another Thanos team, but if you look at it and if you actually like listen and watch when he plays and he explains why things are this, it makes sense and it's really good. Look, and it's good enough that Scott Crampton played it.
Yes.
And he won. So congrats to Scott. Congrats to Dan for, you know what? Scott's got to give him some for letting him freaking use that team, man. Come on.
Hook him up with the Con Ellie.
Yeah. And of course, second place, this is the pilot of all pilots. Dude, Matt, his place skills is just like so. He doesn't build teams. He knows that. He tells you that right away.
Yeah.
But he just fucking just goes, man. I mean, I think an FF team like this is really underrated because nobody. Look, this is the first FF team we've seen in like 30 teams or whatever, 32 teams right now. I think FF is really strong, especially because now that they have Lockjaw to really put it together. And look at his sideline, right?
Matt had 2 of them on his sideline.
Yeah, because it's really hard when you put both of them in to get through, because now that's a super, super big wall with 16 clicks to fight. Look at all those, man.
And then Franklin gives them all power cosmic, right?
Yeah. So they can't get outwitted, and then they're all going to have willpower. Yeah. That's crazy, man.
They're clearing, they're masterminding. It's just, it's one of those, it's kind of like a defense shell almost, but with
so this is very close to what Nate White played in the he runner up in the online event. Very similar to it, because he also has dad thing, right?
Yes. His
dad thing on here. Yeah.
Right here.
Yep. So that's the one right there. Does he have leopard?
I did not know, because his prime is destroyer.
Oh, prime. See, there it is. Like, are you gonna play that or this? Like, what is it gonna be? Yeah. It's really hard. Look, if we're looking at bronze, I play leopard, because if we give him pin particles, we're good. But in modern, where they can easily hide from him, he's almost useless.
Yeah,
they can hide. Yeah, they can hide his line of fight.
And the map lists make a huge difference too with the formats.
Yeah. So okay, I think that's an awesome team.
Yeah.
And then
Danny?
Oh, look, another FF team. Whoa, what the? Okay. Blackbeard?
Yeah, Stones of Merlin.
Third and fourth. Okay. I like it. Oh, look, Lockjaw again. See? Oh, price check on Lockjaw. You know what's interesting now? We went from silver to bronze, or silver to modern, and look at the first three teams. The two of the first three teams.
All playing legacy
Fantastic Four
figures.
right away. It like completely changed, right? So I wonder if you can play it around for
portable to silver.
For silver, it's what the problem is. There's just no Fantastic Four in silver, right? Like
all of them are modern. Yeah.
Remember, we didn't have Fantastic Four in
till Fantastic Four.
Yeah, exactly. So
silly Marvel licensing issues.
Dang, dude. So I'm sure he's oh my God, is he you know what interesting is, so when Blackbeard leaves, he drops the stones.
Yes.
Does that mean, oh my God, dude, what if Lockjaw picks it up?
Is there a Lockjaw on the sideline?
No, but he's on the team.
Yeah.
Like they could just like give it to him and then he can
equip
now
it.
He has invincible, right?
Any mastermind to him. That's actually that's a solid strategy.
Oh my God. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if that's what he's doing, but I mean, geez. Okay.
Seems like something fun to try.
And then Jeremiah. Okay. Yeah. Shout out to Jeremiah because he does our artwork. He does our logo artwork. He does the bystanders.
Beautiful work.
And he will do the ATAs for us too. But animal theme, love it. It's no animals in silver.
Yeah.
Interesting, right? I mean, well, look, if you're playing bronze, we're seeing animals everywhere.
Alyosha. All right, so we got Spider-Ham, Chase Rockets, and Maggots, Lockjaw again. I think every team has had a legacy figure on it, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's Thanos or Lockjaw.
Is this the third Lockjaw we've seen in the top four?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Second, third, fourth all had Lockjaw. And
all right. Well, it looks like in modern, Lockjaw is the answer.
Yeah, price check.
That's so weird. We haven't even seen one Sky Tyrant yet.
I know, right? That's weird.
What the fuck? Okay.
Because I feel like Sky Tyrant was just like one shot at a bunch of these guys.
Right, because like you can't you choose, because if he quakes everybody, you're like okay, well I quaked.
So we take
which one of these is a mastermind? Everybody's going to take the rest.
That's right, because if they weren't hit by an attack, they can be masterminded too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's it for topic 4. Okay. So you wanted to discuss topic 5, which is Thanos and ROC maps.
Okay, so
get into it.
We were talking about a couple things with Thanos. Number one, obviously it's cool because he's really good, and people are kind of like, you kind of hear groans of like, oh, Thanos this, Thanos that. Okay, all right. Here's the thing. He's only that broken because of a couple maps, and these maps, I believe, if you look at all the Thanos teams, they all have one of these two maps.
Mm-hmm.
It's either going to be King's Tomb or Ancient Hold. Those two maps, we've already talked about this forever. It's so oppressive, especially if a Thanos team gets there, that you I don't know what you're supposed to do against that. He can ignore everything, and you have to fight through all the stuff that he ignores. On top of that, he's playing. There are pieces that just barrier all around. Then you got to get through that too. And then let's say you get close, he mind controls you, run away. Now you have to fight it again. Meanwhile, you have alchemical fire on you, and you're taking damage every turn. Eventually, he's going to get someone, and now you're forced to completely go kamikaze, which is what he wants, and now you're dead. If the times that Thanos does lose, and I think this is the saving grace, and this kind of goes to a greater issue of winning map wins the game, which has always been an issue. for me, when I play, and I won map both times. Granted, like +7 on +4, But if you're able to get an open map, you have a shot to beat them. But it's still a hard game. But if they get it and they get on Ancient Hold or King's Tomb, you're not gonna win. Every game that I saw at my event that I went to in Oregon, first of all, there were 19 players, 6 Thanos teams.
Oof.
6 Thanos teams. I played 3 of them. And they all had similar stuff, right? Just get on the map and you can't do shit. Every time the Thanos team that I've watched got on to Ancient Hold or King's Tomb, won. 100% of the time they won. And they go, that's not true. Because there was one guy that lost and he picked Ancient Tomb. Oh, he did? Oh, what did he lose? What beat him? A Thanos team. So the guy that won the map roll with Thanos picked Ancient Tomb against a Thanos team that has Ancient Tomb on his list as well. So one of them is going to lose, right? So
Autopilot.
Yeah. So I think that's the biggest problem is the maps. I mean, it's always been
you just can't engage.
Yes, it's so hard, especially because when you do get close and he mind controls you, he makes you run back. So now you have to come back again. It's so hard. After you hit each other, then you run back. You come up, you hit each other, you run back. And then next, someone's dying. So my suggestion, and I think this should have serious consideration. Those maps are like 2 years old now, going on 3. King's Tomb is like 3 years old.
Yeah, people complain about that forever.
They need to rotate those out. Like King's Tomb came out in 2020. It's 2022 now, so it's already 2 years. I know 2020 because I played against it in the top 4 of freaking Arizona States, and I hated that map. God,
yeah, I think it was like a 2019 map.
Yeah, exactly. So it's solidly 2-3 years. King's Tomb's even older. So they need to rotate those maps because remember they've already rotated maps out before, correct?
Yeah, but Silver has everything.
Exactly. So what they need to do for the ROC is just have a map list like we do because there's too many maps.
It's a lot.
Actually, they do. I looked at if you look at their thing, it says stay tuned for a map list. Because they understand that having like 200 maps is not good. Because I'm like, oh, I forgot Amok Time is legal. Oh, I forgot that's legal. I forgot this. Luckily, most people are just playing like new maps that I've seen.
Yeah.
Shit, I play Fountain of Asgard because I didn't want to think about it. But like when I played in North Carolina, I played against Manny. We're on Amok Time. I'm like, whoa, this is like 5 years ago. Whoa, holy crap! Like I forgot about this map. So. And then, most people will just look at their rock maps because they're so strong. They just play those. So I think that needs to be a consideration is to get those out to do a map list.
Yeah. I just feel like, especially in Modern, we were waiting for them to go away. And now that they're back is just.
Yeah.
It's AIDS.
In Modern, are they not in Modern?
As Modern, I think they are. At least King's Tomb, I might not be, but I believe Ancient Hold is still because they haven't updated the map list, right?
So they definitely need to.
It's supposed to come with rotation, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Well, I for Silver, it's more important. So yes. I've been to 2 events already, so I think I gathered more information. So I think that needs to be that's something that needs to be addressed for sure. So and then
top at 6 it's going to be tarot cards. You said you had an interesting discussion with some of the Pacific Northwest guys about them, right?
So check this out. This is very, very interesting. Okay, got to keep in mind that the guys that I hung out with in Oregon, they're Magic players. They were Magic players, okay? And one guy brought up an interesting point, and I was like, oh, God. and I went and it just brought back. I was like, oh, that just opens up Pandora's box. We're only talking about competitive play. We're not talking about casual anything. Competitive play. If you play Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh, if you look at the comp rules, there is a specific rule in there about marked cards.
Mm.
Okay? You will get disqualified and you will get reviewed for suspension from competitive play if you get caught with marked cards. All right, what are marked cards? Very simple.
Yeah.
You mark it with your finger, pen, crease, whatever on there, so that when your card comes up at the top of the card, you can tell what it's going to be. So we're playing tarot cards. It's a deck of cards, 5 to 12 cards.
Yeah.
If I know how I marked each card, I know what the next card is going to be to flip up.
And you know how to shuffle them in the order you want.
And you shuffle. Not only that, but let's say your opponent cuts it. At the very least, I know what's coming up.
Yeah.
So I know how to plan ahead. Okay. And it was funny that, I don't know what's funny for that guy, but I said, you know what? And I said, you know what? Let me tell you something about a Hall of Famer in Magic. Sure enough, he goes, you're talking about the Japanese guy, right? I'm like, yes. Yuya Watanabe got disqualified. Okay, this is a Magic Hall of Famer. He got disqualified and he got suspended and he had to get reviewed because he had 4 cards in his deck that were all 56 cards before. Not that were fine. Where everything's fine, but these 4 cards specifically had the same marking that was different from the 56. And the 4 cards were Jace the Mind Sculptor. Everybody knows that so he's playing a blue-white control deck, which is a very controlling deck that needs to get a Jace to resolve and untap, and then you basically win. So he needs to basically know when that's coming. So if he knows that it's coming up, then he can plan accordingly for the turn because he knows what he's drawing. So I don't know, because what happens in Magic, they do random deck checks. What they do is they check everything's there, but also what they do is they inspect all the cards to make sure there's nothing fancy.
Yeah.
Right. And they found well in that game, Magic, you have on the back, it's supposed to be like you can't see the back of the card. The sleeve is like, let's say it's black.
Yeah.
But on each of those, there was an indent, very slight indent on the corner of every one of those cards in the sleeve.
Yeah.
That you can't tell. But because they're inspecting it and you can shine it on the light, you can see the little indent on all 4 of them. So they showed it and he got DQ'd from the Pro Tour.
Dude, that's crazy that they even caught it.
Exactly, because you know why? They're trained. The judges are trained because people do shit like this all the time. Yu-Gi-Oh players do sleight of hand. That's another thing. We're going to talk about sleight of hand for shit like that, which is why always cut your opponent's deck so that you don't know. So I said, dude. And then what we're explaining, and Chip was this. He's like, look, what if it's not my fault that WizKids packed the card wrong and it's bent? How am I supposed to do that? It's like, I'm just gonna. So then the discussion got to, dude, does that mean we have to make a rule that you all need to have top loaders? You need to put them in the sleeve.
Yeah.
Because remember, sometimes they're bowed out. So when you put it, it'll pop up so you know what it is. But so everything has to be. So now this is what I'm going to do for our competitive. We do this. Everybody needs to have top loaders, and you need to have a sleeve that covers the back.
Yeah.
Because you can mark it, and then that way, that's the only way that I'm gonna have to put that in there because I don't want anybody saying, "Hey, man, he cheated," because he knew what was coming up.
So, question, which I think I know the answer to, but I want you to confirm for me. Magic has rules that state that your opponent should cut your deck, right?
Yes. Yeah.
WizKids doesn't have any of that verbiage, any of that language.
That's why
dictates what you're gonna do with this pile of cards.
And you know what's funny that you say that? Because Chip goes, he said the exact same thing. He goes, where's in the rules that say I can't do it? It's like, what if he goes, I have 5 cards. What if I just lay them out 5 face down and I just pick one? It doesn't say that it has to be this. And I'm like, yeah, but the fact that it says if it's a card that it's already there, you put it on the bottom of your deck.
Yeah, you have to have some sort of deck. Yeah.
However, they need to have that expressly written. because everything nowadays needs to be expressly written, because if it's not written, it's not law.
Someone's gonna get their knickers up in a bunch.
Exactly, because it's like, where does it say? Show me, right? And he made a good point. That's why I said, you know what, you're right. Of course, through this, we have to make an implied decision that that's what it is. However, when you get to high level play, who knows? Do you remember in the rule book they actually have to tell you when a dice falls off the table, you have to reroll both dice.
Mm-hmm.
That's in the rules, because people are like, well, because it rolled like a 6. Well, then I'm just gonna reroll 1. You have to say no. You have to reroll both. You know what I mean? So they have to write shit like that, even though it's obvious, right?
Yeah. So hopefully they can get that out in the next couple of months prior to that set release. I think
that's a huge thing that needs to be addressed, because now we're looking at decks of cards. They're gonna have to have that. You know what? For what we're gonna do for our events is that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put that in the thing about tarot cards.
Yeah, specifically
top loaders, and I'm gonna have a stack of top loaders for people there to do it, because I don't want any kind of shenanigans. Because if there's some game breaking card that popped up, well, he knew it was there.
Yeah, he knew it was coming.
Yeah, so it's like, if it's top loaders in the sleeve flat.
See, and most of my card sleeves I use for Heroclix are clear, right? Because you need to see the back of the cards.
Yeah, but not this.
So now I have to go buy new sleeves. Fucker.
So I have to figure out what, so then the question becomes, well, what if the top loaders are marked? I'm like, fuck. Oh,
then just get the baseball bat out at that point.
This is what I'm gonna do. To be honest, I'm gonna be. I don't know. I feel like this might be a better move. Have like a fucking D6 and roll, and that's the card that you get, because like I just, it's so having it. You can manipulate your deck. That's the extreme that people could do. But look, if you're going to get to the world's level, it's not beneath someone that will try this. Heck, there was somebody that at Worlds in 2013, you can ask Clay. Clay, you remember this. He was listening. Oh, by the way, he said he's convinced double black card's good.
Oh, I'm glad he said that revelation.
He wrote that on the comment.
Okay, good.
But Clay was there. A guy had a fake die. Mm-hmm. His die was 6. It was
4, 5, 6.
2 6s. There was 2 6s on the die, 2 5s on the die, and 2 4s. So he was rolling shape change and super senses with that die, and he would grab it, and when he would roll his dice to attack, he would this is what he would do. He would always have his hands in his lap. And then when he rolled the D6, he would take it, and then he would take it, put it back in his lap, and then when it's his turn to roll, he rolls the 2 regular dice in his hand. And
if you're not paying attention, you're not going to notice, right?
Yeah, and what he would do with the die when he would roll it, it would be like, 5, and he would grab it. It was 5, yeah. He would grab it right away, put it in his lap. So if they say, let me look at your dice, he would bring the other 2, and just keep it in his lap. Well, shady. Happened. Clay lost a game because this guy was playing a Dracula, and Dracula has free regen. He has a free regen, so the D6 is always 4, 5, 6, and then he has blades, and he has super, like he has all that shit, right? Well, Clay lost. Then the next round, somebody was watching, because somebody that was playing next to, they're like, hey, it's like, there's something shady going on in this game. So we reported it to the judge. So the judge came over, and he just hovered around behind him just to watch. And they were playing. And then he saw the guy do that. And I remember I was there, I walked by, and then he goes, let me see that. And he went and tried to grab the die. The guy grabbed his stuff, and he's like, oh, no, whatever. And then he grabbed all his stuff, and he got up and he ran. This guy just ran. Right? And then the die fell off the table, and he picked it up, and then he inspected. He's like, look at this. 2 6s, 2 5s, 2 4s.
Motherfucker. All to win a game of a little plastic man.
And you know what's funny? He ran. The guy ran, and he goes, you fascist! And he just started running, and we're like, what
the fuck?
Dude, this guy's crazy. Like, this guy was...
I hope he's banned from the rest of WizKids and Heroclix events.
Yeah, I think so, because like he was registered, right? So like you're playing your opponent.
They know who his opponent is.
Yeah. Obviously the guy no more, but like the fact that like someone tried that. This was in 2013. You know, it's just something to be aware of. So just be careful. Because of that event, I have, if you look at my the play rules, I have a thing that says you can only have 2 dice in your table. No super sense dice, no whatever. Use them to roll, but you can use something else to mark. And if you want to ask to use your opponent's dice, you know have to let him, because we just want everything up and up. And then I went as far as in the top 8, I gave
dice.
pairs of dice to everybody to play, so everybody knows it's on the up and up, because people are like, oh, those dice are kind of shady, you know. But that's how you know. And with tarot cards, I don't know how impact. So here's the thing: if tarot cards are not as impactful and nobody tries it,
I think they're going to get tried.
It's all for nothing, right?
Yeah.
However, the second that something goes wrong, it's gonna blow up.
It will escalate very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're gonna need to address this fairly quickly, I think, because now we're entering the realm of decks of cards now. Oh God, can you imagine? Like they add more. Maybe it's not tarot cards, but it's like a different deck. Now you just have like more things.
Dude, yeah. They'll see how well it does, and if it works, they'll do more. I'm sure.
Oh my God! And we're gonna be like,
this is basically an X-Men themed tarot deck, right? They could do an Avengers. They could do villains.
That's true, dude.
And then they could do little expansions that you could blend them.
Yeah. Oh my God! Now you're just building like, oh, here's my 60 card deck, and you know what? We're not playing dice. We're just gonna flip and see what happens.
My card says that no one can attack for 3 turns. So
yeah. It's like, oh, okay. So I play this. It says you only roll 1 dice for your attack. So what the fuck? I don't know.
Hope you're hitting with Thanos and then 14s.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like I think that's a very important thing. You know, like I said, maybe it's just nothing, but it is a discussion that needs to be had.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's like, you know, when you have to do legal documents to cover all the different things. Like there's like, you know, but that like NDA agreements and all that shit, NDAs, and like just rules that just posted so that everybody knows. So they say, oh, you didn't say that, so I can do this. Like, just cover your ass. That's what I'm saying, you know. So I don't know. We'll see.
No, I think it's definitely worth bringing up because you're right. Yeah, at the high level play, people are going to do what they want to do and what they feel they need to win.
Yeah, and you remember back in the day, people used to short click all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's a big change of that? They put click numbers on the figures now.
Yeah, because I'll be like, all right, I hit you for 4, you're on click 2, you're going to go to click 6.
Yeah. So now it should match what there. But before click numbers, you don't know.
Yeah, like it's supposed to look like you'd have to memorize the dial and know what it's supposed to look like.
Yes, exactly. So then the click numbers, and then they went a step further by actually putting the clicks on the back so that you know. Like, okay, cool. And not only that, but now you can like look at each other's cards. And, you know, like I've definitely come around to that before I didn't. But yeah, it's a whole new world out there when these tarot cards come out. Oh my God.
Well, it should be with July now.
Talking about it. Yeah. So yeah, I did talk to them about it. I said, what do you guys think about things that are just, you know, like game breaking effects that say you just can't do this? And they're like, yeah, I think that's not good. They're all like, we're okay with restrictions and bonuses, but just blanket, you can't do this is like, that's way too strong. You know, like the one that just says like, you can't heal. Man, that's like, can you imagine just one turn is like, you can't make range attacks. What the fuck? It's like, oh, so what you're saying is you banned Faust because he had those effects. So we're going to put it back in the game in tarot cards instead.
Yeah, everyone has Battle Fury.
Even worse, you had to pay 80 points for Faust. No. This one, you pay 0.
This guy's free.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's a card that gives everyone Battle Fury, like,
you know what
that
I mean?
Shuts down a lot of stuff.
But things like that, that's what I mean. Like, what if it's like, you know, the one that says you can only move in direct lines.
Oh, it's so bad.
That's like, for effects like that, you have to pay points for someone to do that.
Yeah, like Elijah Snow. He's expensive.
So I don't like that that it's free. I think that's very bad design. But again,
so it almost sounds like It almost sounds like
Go.
they went through a bunch of older figures and found random traits.
No,
Put it on the
we should do
card.
this.
Put it on the card.
I'm waiting for the one that says like you can't be given power actions this turn. I'm just waiting for that.
No free actions.
Or that says no free actions, no range actions, no close action. I'm just waiting. And those are going to be, it'd be like Joker level, bring this place down. They're chase cards. Fuck it. Let's go.
See, and we don't even know how they're going to do the cards, right? Is it all equal rarity? Is it?
I wish they would just. This is the part where I wish they were like Wizards of the Coast, because Wizards of the Coast, before they do anything, they explain to everybody what everything is, so everybody knows. So there's no question. So now they can make an informed decision. And they tell you what the new foils are, how rare they are, whatever.
And this is 2 sets out. We're still waiting on a set.
Yeah, I know.
So, like, we're all very, tarot cards, but like, we're still waiting on a set to come out.
Do you think that they'll have Disney Plus at ROC Cup?
What day is ROC Cup?
May. It's Mother's Day weekend.
It's not supposed to be till June, so probably not.
So you don't think they're gonna have? Because remember, that was supposed to be the thing was there was like the advertisement was the battle royals were going to be Disney Plus, right? And the pricing for the event was supposed to be Disney Plus, because it was supposed to come out that week. So remember, like the pre-release or whatever, the release date I believe was supposed to be this coming week, but then it got pushed. So Howard made it so that he gave it a week so that he can get the product by the time it comes. That was originally, but then it got pushed back.
Yeah, I would be surprised, because it's in they changed it on solicits to June, so we may have pre-releases.
But do you think that like WizKids will just give them the stuff ahead of time because it's a Scott Porter event?
Maybe.
If
they have it though.
Oh my god.
Because it still may be in a shipping container, right?
Oh Jesus. Oh, there was another joke we were all making. Oh yeah, it's like it's some they're like, oh, it's in. It got in when a train there was a train collision, so that's where all their stuff is. It's in a it's in a port. It's in a port where there's a embargo. It got stuck in a tsunami in the Southeast Asia, and it's not making its way. Like it was all of these.
It's on the bottom of the Pacific.
All of these reasons in the past that they were telling us why things were delayed. At this point, they just say it's just delayed. Fuck it. We're just not even gonna. So at the very least, they're not insulting
us.
They're not insulting our intelligence by giving us bullshit. They're just saying, it's just delayed. I'm not even gonna fuck. It's just delayed. I can actually appreciate that, because me. If you tell me you can't make something, just tell me you can't make something, but don't give me some cockamamie bullshit.
Yeah.
Reason. I gotta get my hair washed. You're bald. Like come on, man. What are you doing? Like you know what I mean? Like whatever reason it is, I just say you can't make it, or I'm not feeling it. I would have more respect if you say I'm not feeling it. I don't feel like going. Cool.
Yeah.
Or you know what?
So I get that's funny. I get that one a lot.
Want to.
Or I'm gonna go, and then last minute they cancel, full well knowing from when they first said yes, they were gonna cancel.
Yeah. Yeah. So just say no. Like I said, just no. There was this in there's a line in Friends, a show, like, oh wow, dating myself here, back a long time. So Phoebe, she has a line. So they're like, hey Phoebes, do you want to come join us? We want to go do this, blah blah. We're gonna go do this. You should come. She goes, you know what? Oh, that's a great. Thanks for inviting. I really would want to go, but I don't want to. So I was like, oh, okay. So that was the joke. But I'm like, yes, that's how you do it. They played it for a joke, but she's like, oh, I really would, but I don't want to. Yeah, so that's all she said. So I was like, see, it's simple. Not this, you know what? Yeah, you know what? We'll see. I think I could go. I'll go. And then like, nah, I can't make it. And then now they have to like make up this long list. Like, dude, just say no. I can't go. I don't want to go. I can't go. But that's it. You leave it at that. It's cool. It's all good. Yeah. So, is there anything else on the topics on there?
No, that's all our topics.
So the last thing I wanted to, so I guess a little odds and ends here that we talk about real quick, just before we end, is I think we're gonna do more things with our with the Open Series, because I was telling you earlier, George hit me up, wants to run something in Michigan. He said he'll front the money. He'll front the money, and he just needs help running it, and he has a space already. PJ, with his success there, I think he's open to doing it. And then I know the Eagles and Strike Force. I told Chip, man, like I know you want to buy the kit, the Winamap kit, fine, but I want you guys to run a qualifier, invitational qualifier. So between the Eagles and Strike Force, I'm like, you guys should joint venture this and do it, because Matt Peterson, the guy from Strike Force 5, like the big enabler there, he's like, we want to do stuff. So I was like, okay,
dude, yeah,
let's
do it.
We'll do it. So that's cool, because now we have more events of different places, and then we'll see about. Yeah, I still want to keep it at 8. I think we could get to 10, but I think 8, like we were talking about, because we want to keep our costs down for now, and an 8 is a nice round number. Now, if it's like, and also we have to space out these 8 events throughout the year. We don't want to.
Yeah, so we got 6 months to do all this, and
exactly. So me, you, and
5 really.
Yeah, me, you, and Chris already have ours set. We just the other 5 they have to share like 5 months.
1 a month. So
two every month. And I want to make sure that's only one, so that we can. George actually wants to do it end of July.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah. So it's going to be like a week after Chris's, which is okay. I'm okay with it.
Because I hella hot.
They all got excited because I was like, God, I'm really putting it out there now that like I'm gonna get the Connolly's from dude. I have to be able to get these now, because it's like I'm invested. I am gonna be going to Comic-Con to get these. I just hope I can get enough to put in the kits. Like
I know,
I'm
super jelly. You got a ticket.
Like I just want to get 5. I just want to get 6 sets, because that's up for now. 6 sets, and then we'll go from there. If I can get more, I go. But I just want to get like 6 sets. I think I can do it, because PJ was able to do it when he went to Gen Con before.
Yeah, if they do it how they had it before, it's super easy. You just walk up and you buy however much you want, right?
Because they want to, like, at the end of the day, they want to not come back with anything.
Exactly.
Because they got to pay the shipping to come back when. So that'd be cool. I'm only going to be on the Saturday though, unless I can get another one.
And realistic.
But you should try to hit up the Alliance, see if you can get your thing.
Okay, yeah, I'll bug them.
You come down, because then we can do it. Then we could, dude. Then we'll have events forever.
It'll be so fun.
At least until September, because that's when it'll all be out.
Yes.
Because Worlds will probably have it for everyone.
Yeah, that sounds fun. It'll work out great.
Yeah.
Open Series is expanding.
Yeah, dude. I know. I keep like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put it up tonight. The thing, and then I'm gonna work on the front page. But also we have to look at the map list.
Yes.
Again. So, and that's why I think Thanos is okay, because the map list is not like, we have good maps enough for him to hide and stuff, but not where it's like
you can't get to him.
Yeah. Also, between like Jason of Sparta and Nighthawk Prime, he's not gonna be able to target.
Yeah, he's not. There's so many more answers to him in bronze.
Yeah, there is, exactly. Also, it's funny. Is like, do you want to try? It's funny. I think Alyssa was like, "Dude, you should try to play Nimrod and see if they try to mind control him, because he's only going to need like a 5 to hit, and if you get the mind control and it misses, he takes the feedback damage from the Nimrod. So they have to think twice if they want to mind control him, right?
Yeah.
See, that's another one. Maybe Nimrod's an answer for. Hey, maybe Nimrod is an answer for Thanos in silver. Look, the guy played it in New Jersey.
Yeah, and like you could build it out a little different too.
Yeah, you absolutely. Oh my god, I think that's funny, because look, you make Nimrod instead of Thanos, and you put the support around him, because they're the same amount of points. So you can make him an ID battery if you want.
And attacking Nimrod is way scarier than attacking Thanos.
It's so scary.
Because even if you green arrow him, right, he could just roll.
They still got to hit. They can still roll out of it. So like,
and you can't outwit that.
Yeah,
it's like super senses.
I almost want to play like Q Prime.
Do it.
You know what I mean? Or like Trelane, something like that, just to mess with their die.
I was looking at some of those teams, just a dice manipulation team.
Yeah, just to see like
But I was like, how do I win?
Yeah. Well, remember in silver, you have ID cards. That's how you win.
It's true.
Also, Nimrod can hit for 1,000,000 damage. He's a pin blasting for 4.
It's like the Esprit team, right? He used to play with Nimrod, Trelane,
but he had a battery.
Yes.
So
I miss battery sometimes.
So we could do it. Yeah, I think Nimrod could be an answer too. We'll see. Maybe I play that at the next one.
Are you playing any events this weekend?
Of course, we're going to go to LA. I mean, that's right here. We're going to LA. All right.
Well, good stuff.
We got anything else?
No, that's it, sir.
That's it. All right. Well, let's get it this week, and then we'll do hopefully another winning podcast. Either me, you.
Yeah.
Next week, and then we'll talk about ROC Cup afterwards. But I don't know if I'm going to go to ROC Cup. It's Mother's Day weekend. Like I know my mom's excited because. Like I'm gonna go see her, but I'm like,
Can I come next week, Mom?
I know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know, man. And like also the flights at Huntsville is really expensive right now.
Yeah, that's what someone was telling me.
So I don't know. We'll see. Oh,
because getting into Huntsville is not easy, right? Like there's no direct flights. Like you gotta jump a bunch of planes to get in there.
You can go to Huntsville. Yeah, I mean, I think most of them are like that. They all stop by the hub, but like the cheaper one is to fly to Nashville and then drive down there.
That's what Dan Paul was saying.
So PJ had 71. Yeah, before we end, 71 players. That is so impressive. Shout out to PJ. Like, good God, the amount of work that you put in is just it's admirable, inspiring. That the passion and ambition and like just the fact that everybody, of course, the close community is amazing. Everybody wants to help everybody. Like look at Chris from the Comic Dimension. Remember, Comic Dimension puts you somewhere else. The Comic Dimension is them. He just reached out and is like, I want to sponsor, and just dropped money. And I was like, wow, that's And then everyone helped out PJ with donating prizing, and he got trophies. He did everything, and he catered it. It was like amazing, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And the fact that the community, like 71 players showed up and like made it like a big event that's just like awe-inspiring, right?
It's huge. Yeah, that's a lot. It's one of the biggest events in a couple of years, right? How many did Clicks Cup have?
71 players for an so the Clicks Cup had, I think they had like almost like it had more. I think Clicks Cup had more, right?
But there was a multiple day event. Yeah,
and it was also the only thing going on. Whereas PJ, there's like there was 3 other events this weekend, right?
Yeah.
If his was the only one, I'm pretty sure like more like we probably would have gone.
Yeah, he would have reached 100, I'm sure.
Yeah. But the most for like not only independent, but just like basically by himself. It's not an organization, just him.
Right? Yeah, like, dude. That's PJ is the man.
Now we had this discussion, and we were all doing this. Over under is set at over under is set at 55. Are you taking the over or under for Lucky Dice at the ROC Cup?
Silver Age, right? Is the main format?
Well, it's the ROC Cup. It's just how many people are going to be there. Like, okay. Well, remember, the Silver Age is different because Silver Age, you have to qualify to get to there. So you have to get points. But how many people are going to be there at the event just to be there?
How many were at the last one?
I don't think, that's right. I think they had like 30.
I'll go under.
You'll go under? All right. Chip went over.
Yeah.
He said he thinks he thinks it'll reach 60. I will say under.
Okay.
I think 50 is a very optimistic number. But we're set it at 55 because it's ROC Cup, Scott Porter, and we're going off of PJ's attendance.
True.
Now, the fact that PJ got
and it's Mother's Day weekend, I think it's gonna hurt.
Yeah. So 71 players for PJs, and like I really think I think Rock Cup needs to get more than 71. Otherwise, like Clicks Cup and PJ's event just gets more. That's it. It's like the thing that's it's feeding to people there should be the reason why it goes more.
There seems to be a disconnect if they get more than Rock Cup.
Yeah, I know. I think the issue is we talked about this too. We should have Chip on one time.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd love to. You can schedule it for next week.
I like how he gets so animated. It's so funny when he starts going. It's funny, dude.
Give him a few beers. He's good to go.
Hey, real quick, a side note. It's funny because like Corey. So I'm talking to Corey. We're talking, and we're talking about Batman, Big Batman.
Yeah.
And we're talking about they put Wasp to make Batman big, whatever, right? And then Corey makes a comment like, oh well. In bronze, like we have, they have pin particles. So we talk about pin particles. And then Chip says something about that. And he goes, oh, yeah, because, you guys, in bronze, there's more because you have like pin particles. And Corey goes, I just said that. Because I just said that, dude. Right. And he goes, okay. And then later on, we talk about something else. And then I tell Corey like, oh, you can the cool things you have you have Destroyer, and then you call in Green Arrow, and then Green Arrow can hit that guy, and then now you can follow up with your Thanos or whatever. Yeah. It's like, yeah, that's a nice little trick there. And then right after that, Chip goes, yeah, what's another trick that I could do with my team? If I have a Destroyer, I could call in Green Arrow, and then Corey goes, I just said like. Are you even? He's like, dude, I'm not listening to what you guys are saying. It was so funny because Corey
subconsciously listening.
What's wrong with you? Dude, it's like the comedy is hilarious because like it was funny because right when I finished that sentence, he goes, and you know what else is cool about my team? I could do with Destroyer. And like the whole like laughing because they kind of heard like what I was talking about, but he wasn't paying attention and he said that. Oh God, it was so funny. It's funny, dude. Like. We should have those guys on, man. I think it's really fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I think it's oh God, but like I don't know how crazy you get though if you're like, oh, we should all be drinking. I'm like, oh man, it could go off the rails. So I don't know if we do that, but I think it's funny though. But we are going to. They're 2v2. They're camping TV. No, not camping. Sorry, barbecue. It's not camping anymore. Barbecue.
Are we going?
Yeah, because dude, the prize is a cake. It's like. 2 cases is the prizes for like top 4.
Let's go. We got this.
Yeah. And it's at Gongai Games. And I'm like, look, I'm sold.
Anything at Gongai Games.
That place is fucking bomb, dude. And it's funny because he's like, dude, how come you didn't go play in the Magic pre-release? I was like, wait, it was going on right now. Yeah, it's going on right now. I was like, what the fuck? Why didn't you tell me? We're all just bullshitting around. I should have went over there and got some pre-release packs before we left.
No, I'm surprised you didn't.
I was like, dude, we were already at the restaurant. And he just told me, he's like, dude, how come you didn't go? But what?
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Now you tell me. It's like, now you tell me when we're at the pizza place. Why didn't you tell me when I was there? I was like, shit.
It's too funny.
But yeah, it's a pre-release for Magic this weekend. And I was like, damn. All right. Well, I guess that's it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess next week we'll be back. Get a tournament report from LA and then see what happens. So, all right. Until next time, guys, remember, only bad players blame the dice.
So start practice rolling, guys. Take it easy.
See ya.
Shake it, Cali.